Hello and welcome to Happy Little Yarn episode 31. Hi. I don't even remember the last time I podcast. Do y'all remember? It's probably been like a month. Let me see. I'm just going to check. I'm already looking at my phone and 27 days ago, so that was about a month ago. A lot's happened. We'll get into that later. But for now, hi, my name is Amie. I'm coming to you from Leesburg, Georgia. This is Sunday, October 18th, 2020. You can find me on Instagram as Happy Little Yarn. And you can find me on Ravelry as Punk and Curls. And you can also find my Ko-fi account. I'll put the right there. It's ko-fi.com/happylittleyarn. And that is if you just want to donate to the podcast to help me with prizes or shipping or any technical advances I need to make with the podcast. I would highly appreciate that. But, how are you? It's been 27 days. This has actually been a really great weekend. Really great weekend. I've had a blast this weekend. But let's talk about something that has never happened on this podcast before. Let's talk about me wearing a hand knit garment. Okay, I didn't knit this. My friend Misty made this for me. Hi, Misty. And I did dye the yarn. This is the Simple Hug Cardi by CozyUpKnits. And I dyed this yarn, and if I can find a picture of the yarn, I'll insert it sometime right in here somewhere. But I didn't like the yarn dyed and skeined up. I thought it was just awful. And she was like, give it to me and I will knit you something. I was like, okay. She's a great friend. I mean, I'm not a good friend at all. I can't knit stuff for people because I'm a slow knitter, but I would knit something for her. I would really try. I did knit something for her. Didn't I knit you an ornament? I can't remember. Anyways, I'm knitting people things this year for Christmas. Hopefully I can get it finished. And I can call myself a good friend. Yeah. But anyways, this is my Simple Hug Cardi. And it's by the CozyUpKnits sisters. And that's the back. And I'm not going to stand all the way up because I have pajamas on. Well, I guess I don't care if you see my pajamas. But I'm wearing Toy Story leggings that I got from Epcot in Disney. But this is my Simple Hug Cardi. And it fits beautifully. I won't show you my butt. But look at that. I soaked it yesterday. And I soaked it in some wool wash. And I laid it out flat to dry. I didn't pin it down or stretch it or anything because I like the length it is. I mean, she thought it was a little short, but I like short shrugs and cardigans and stuff. But it turned out beautiful. And I really appreciate it, Misty. And I'm going to return the favor somehow. I don't know how, but with my friends knitting me stuff, I feel so much pressure. I don't know what to do for you. Because I'm such a slow knitter, I can't even finish a garment for myself. Or socks. I'm drinking French roast coffee in my plain green mug. Nothing fancy. I don't even have makeup on today. I'm sorry I'm coming to you all red and splotchy. That's how it goes on a Sunday when I don't feel like doing anything. Okay, but that's what I'm wearing is my Simple Hug Cardi. My very first hand knitted garment made by one of the greatest friends, Misty. And if I showed you the yarn picture already, I might not be able to find it. I don't know. I can't believe it turned out like this. It turned out so well. Like the turquoisey greens and the pinks. It just turned out so well. I got one of my dog hairs in it now. Go me. I love it. I'm going to wear it tomorrow to work. It's going to be the most comfortable day ever. But let's talk about the 500 subscriber giveaway for here on YouTube. I'm a bad podcaster, but I've got the prizes right here. This is the prize for the 500 subscriber giveaway. It's the Naughty Knitting Sack. I'll leave it in here so it doesn't smell like dog or get dog hair on it or the elements. I always keep everything in a Ziploc bag. I'm not prepared today, so this might be a long one and all over the place. I'm really sorry. But it's a beautiful bag. It's got a funny R-rated inside. It's basically a bag of dicks. I'll show you. Colorful and fun bag of peanut. Oh, my mom's calling. One moment. Okay, wasn't my mom. It was my dad. Same house, but different person. Anyways, 9 knitting sacks. And I haven't chose the winner yet. There was 28 entries if you don't include my entry or my first post on Ravelry for the prompt, which was tell me your perfect day on Ravelry. And 29 entries was made, and I'm about to find out who the winner is. If you hear my husband talking in the background, he's on the phone with my dad. Let's see. Get the group pulled up. Okay. If you have an Amazon device, I'm sorry about this, but now my daughter's Amazon device is going on. Okay. Alexa, choose a number between 2 and 29.
Your random number between 2 and 29 is 13.
Ooh. Lucky number 13. Let's see who that is. If you're not a member of the group, I can't choose you. I'm sorry. There's one person that is in here that... Oh, okay. You're a member of the group. RABOR Childs. Jessica. Your name's Jessica, and you're from California. You are the winner. And let's see what your perfect day is. Spending time with my family is a perfect day. Enjoying the day while I knit or spending the day outdoors. That sounds great. So, Jessica, who is Chads? It's not Childs, Chads. I don't know what I'm saying. Chads, Jessica from California, if you will get in contact with me on Ravelry or Instagram, I'm going to type your name in my spreadsheet so I remember who won. There. Number 13. You are the winner, Jessica. Send me your name and address, your mailing address, and I will get your prize out to you. Congratulations. And thank y'all so much for subscribing to my channel. That means a lot to me. Like I said, I'm in a slow mood today. I'm kind of like, I don't want to do anything. So this is going to be a chill episode. So if you would like to check out Naughty Knitting Sacks, who is from Georgia as well, you can go to her Etsy shop, Naughty Knitting Sacks, and she has a coupon code for this podcast, and it is PeckerPouch15, and I will put that right there. And that is 15% off your order if you would like to go get your own naughty knitting sack bag. So Pecker Pouch 15 will get you 15% off. Okay, who's ready for knitting? Oh yeah. I have one FO, believe it or not. It's kind of a fail, but sorry for slurping. It's hot coffee. I knit a hat and I forgot to grab the colorway from the bag over there. But a friend of mine, her aunt has cancer and she's lost her hair and it's getting to be kind of cool here, so she asked me to knit her a hat. So I knit one of my double brim beanies out of Knit Picks Brava Worsted. I don't remember what needle size I used. I don't remember how many stitches I cast on. I just kind of went with it. She says she has kind of a petite frame and a small head, so I made it kind of small, but I think I made it too small. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to try it on. But that's my FO. It's just a hat. And it's acrylic yarn because I thought she could wash it and reuse it. And I don't know, but I like the color. It's like a blue-green. It's real pretty. I don't know the colorway name. That's my FO. And it's my own pattern. And I have that pattern written up. And if you're ever interested in it, you can contact me on Instagram or Ravelry and send me your email address. And I'll send you that pattern. But the original pattern I wrote up, it's more for like a woman with thicker hair like me. And for it to be a little, I don't think it's slouchy on me, but it was slouchy on somebody that knitted that was a man. And it was kind of big on him. So if you are a lady with big hair like me, who's currently rocking a messy bun, and you would like that pattern, just let me know. And I'll send it to you free of charge. I've got to mail that out. I finished this like 2 weeks ago. And I told her I'd mail it out and I haven't yet. And I feel real bad. I need to text her and tell her I'm getting it in the mail tomorrow. I just had to have something to show for the podcast. Because I never have anything finished. It doesn't seem like. Whips. Let's talk about whips. First thing. Let's talk about the CatBells Cardigan. And I don't really have a good picture of it because I'm out of color in my printer. So I'll put a picture of it right here. And really the picture online is kind of dark, so it doesn't show much detail. But I am knitting this. I've been working on it yesterday. I got about 3 inches finished, I think. I'm working on the back panel right now. I got from these little doodads up, progress keepers. That's all I've knit on it. I'm going to work on it some more today because it's really enjoyable. But that's the pattern. It's got some yarn overs and see if I can, sorry, that's bright, but I got my monitor right here. It's my lighting. Or else I'm orange. Because this, I don't have my natural light in front of me anymore with my window. But I'm really enjoying this. I'm going to try to get another 3 inches on it tonight. I have to knit like, I think it's almost 10 inches on the back. And then I can start the front panel. It's something you seam all together. The right front, then the left front. Then you join the fronts and the back. So yeah, that'll be interesting. That's kind of like the other shrug that I'm knitting that I'm being told by many sources to finish. So I might have to get that out over the next 2 weeks. All I have left are the sleeves. But it's a pattern that, what was the name of it? It was by Andy Satterlin. I can't remember the name of it. Y'all saw it. It's got like yarn overs galore on it. It is a pattern you have to remember, and you have to remember where to do the yarn overs on each row. Whew. I've got to do some research and figure out how I did all that. But yeah, this is my CatBells Cardigan. And my friend Aquila of the Lefty Knitter podcast gifted me this pattern. And I want to finish it. So she has the sweater finished, and I would have the cardigan finished. And if we ever meet up, we'll have matching simple Hug Cardis. Well, not matching. Hers is a different color. And we would have CatBells matching. Maybe one day, Aquila. One day. We will see. And I'm using Madeline Tosh yarn for this. It's the colorway Cousteau. And Misty has imprinted how to pronounce that in my head. So, thank you. This is Cousteau. And it's Mad Tosh Vintage worsted weight. Let's see if I got anything else I want to say about this. Oh, and the bag it's in. Knit for Brains, my bat bag. It's got pockets, and right here's the pockets. And I have a matching mask in this that I made myself when I was making masks, if you remember. And that's my first FO, or not FO, whip. And up next, I have a cowl I started. I think this is new. I don't think I started this on the last podcast. And I think this is new yarn too that I hadn't received yet on the last podcast. Since it's been like a month, that's probably the case. But this is yarn by the Cat Lady. And this is, excuse my chicken scratch writing, but I have to keep track of grams and stuff. This is Autumn Wine on her 17 micron Possumly Soft Merino. And it's 17 micron superwash merino, 100%, 420 yards. And that's the colorway. I couldn't resist. This is my color. I love this color. Focus. Don't be so bright, you light. There. And this is what I've gotten done. I've got all the ribbing finished on the first part. And I've gotten some of the stockinette finished. I've got a ways to go because I did 29 grams of ribbing. So these 4 inches are 29 grams. So when I have 29 grams left, and this was 123 gram skein, I'll stop the stockinette and start the 4 inches of ribbing on the top. But look how pretty that's knitting up. Beautimous, beautimous. And I have to show you my stitch marker. My beginning around stitch marker. It's Pac-Man. And my progress keeper is a ghosty. I think that's it. Yeah. It's a ghost. I bought the stitch markers and progress keepers from Lemonade Shop. I'm using both of the Pac-Mans right now. But Lemonade Shop had those little stitch markers, and I was like, oh my god, Pac-Man. Yep, let's see what else I want to say about this. It's a fun knit. Like, we were having, me and a few friends were having FaceTime on Tuesday. We were having Boozy Tuesday. And I knit on this because it required no thought, because all it is stockinette right now. And I knit about, I don't know, maybe a ½ inch on it while we were talking Tuesday. And then I knit some of it yesterday while I was, maybe a row or two, while I was out having coffee with Misty. That is that project. and it is living in a ginger snap bag, who is Kim, and you can find her shop on Etsy. She has yarn and bags, ginger snap, and we know I love skull and crossbones, so this is a perfect bag. I love me some skull and crossbones. I've been like that since high school. It's not a fad thing. I liked it before it became a fad. People thought I was a pirate in high school. They didn't understand me. Because I had skull and crossbones on the front of my car, which was an 82 Buick Skylark that always broke down in the parking lot. But that's high school for you. Okay, let's see what else next. Okay, up next, I have a pair of socks I started. You haven't seen this either. Let's see, 14 minutes so far. I gotta keep eye on the time so it doesn't stop on me. And I could have carried my yarn up on this, but I didn't because I hate carrying yarn. So I just cut it and said I'll weave in all the ends, but you'll see what I'm saying. This is the Totally Rad Ribbed Socks by Summer Lee, and she has a podcast, Summer Lee Designs channel on YouTube. But I'm knitting this for the Festive Sock Along, which is hosted by Stranded Dye Works, or Stranded Podcast, Amie Florence. And I have the stripes finished. I kind of went rogue. I didn't really follow the pattern because I didn't have the pattern with me half the time, so I was just like, I'll do whatever. But I did a tabbed cuff, she called it, which is basically like the folded brim of a hat that I knit. She calls it, she wants you to weave in, or weave it together, seam it together, I guess, after you knit the sock. But I went ahead and picked up the stitches and made the tabbed cuff, the folded cuff, that way. Can't really tell, but see that little line? That's where I picked up the, you can tell right there. You can see, you can barely see it. But then this is Knit Picks Stroll Tweed. I didn't even spell it right. I'll go back and change it later. It drives me crazy when I see a typo. I have like, I want to change it. And this is Garnet Heather, and the green is Dill Heather. And I'm on ribbing right now, the part of the sock that's ribbed. All this up here is a stockinette until you get here, then it's ribbing. And I think I have like 1.5 inches to go till I get to the heel, and I'm not sure what kind of heel it calls for. But there's many ways you can knit this. You can do a ribbed cuff. You can do it with 1, 2, 3 stripes. It doesn't matter. She has so many little alternative little things you can do. Different types of heels you can do. I think I'm going to do a heel flap and gusset because I really like those. Knitting those. They're easier for me to knit. I like the German short row heel too. But it seems like these heels just take me forever, so I'm just going to knit whatever she calls for in the pattern. But that's my heel, or that's my sock. That's all I have. I don't even have one complete. It's just this one. And I love it. And I hope I finish it by the time the festive sock along is over. I doubt it. I haven't worked on it in like a week or so. But here are the yarns. I'm using Chagu needles, and if y'all know me, I'm an Addy needle person. Those are the yarns. But I love Addy needles, but I might be converting to Chagu because this cable is like amazing. Look at that. It doesn't stay, it's just, it folds back down. It doesn't stay in a circle like Addy's. It's amazing. So I have this thing where I don't like interchangeable needles because I'm always scared they're going to come undone while I'm knitting. So I have like at least I have a lot of needles that are fixed that I just order when I need. So I might be ordering all new needles, CozyUpKnits, because I really like them a lot. I'm knitting the cowl on CozyUpKnits too. Oh, and this is a Naughty knitting sack bag. Focus. Oh, you're focusing on me. Well, it's Naughty knitting sacks. This is her bag, and it's the one with fornicating skeletons. And I love it. It's the perfect bag for this project. That's all my whips. I'm going to talk about what I want to knit next. I bought yarn for this. I saw my friend Rebecca, who was the Knitting Unicorn, but has rebranded to New Hampshire Knits. She introduced me to this pattern called Claire's Carolina Shawl, and it's a Outlander inspired shawl. And if I think about it, I'll put a picture right here of what it looks like, but it's a chunky or bulky weight shawl, and it's huge, and I really want to knit it. But these are the colors I'm going to knit it out of. It's Berroco. I've never used Berroco before. This is going to be my main color. It's called Forest Floor. It's kind of like a greenish brown. And then this is going to be a contrast color, and it's called Stone. Focus. I think it's focused. I can't tell. And this is called Black Cherry. And together they're going to make a beautiful shawl. And I want to cast that on. I don't think it'll take long to knit because it takes like really big needles. Like 10 or 11s, I think. 10 and a halves maybe. US 10 and a half. So that is going to be a shawl. And if I'm not going to say what advent calendar this is, because I posted something on Instagram where I was highly disappointed with its presentation. But the colors, I already opened it all. So it's a 31-day Halloween calendar, and I already opened it, and it was Hocus Pocus inspired. But I want to knit, they are, I think I've got roughly 2,400 yards, and I knit it all into one big cake, or wound it into one big cake. But I'm going to knit the Habitation throw out of this. This isn't a magic knot cake or anything. This is just me winding it together. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with the presentation of this Halloween advent calendar, but I'm really happy with the yarn. I'm going to show you, and if you don't want to see it, in case you're, I don't know. Just look away for a minute and I'll tell you when you look back. That's what the cake looks like. This was day 1, and day 30 or whatever is in there. And it came with one big skein too. But this is going to be my Habitation throw. Okay, you can look back now. So I want to knit that shawl, the Claire Carolina shawl, and the Habitation throw in my advent calendar. And that is what I'm going to cast on one of these days. It might not be by next podcast, but it'll be one of these days. I want to finish something before the next podcast. Maybe that cowl. I don't know, that's a lot of knitting. That's Sockhead, cowl, and fingering weight yarn. Oh my gosh. Okay, up next, let's talk about acquisitions. I know I've gotten a lot more than what I'm going to show you, but I'm just going to show you a little highlight of what I've got. from the Cat Lady, who is Andrea, and she has her own podcast, the Cat Lady Podcast. CATT. I got the 2020 Halloween mini set, Halloween mini skein set. I think you can see it fairly good that way. I got that. And I got the Autumn Wine yarn that I'm using for the Sockhead Cowl. So that came in. And I got some Cherry Pie Cottage. She was having some shop update and she had sloth bags. I was like, oh my gosh, I love sloths. So I got that bag and I've been using it. And she also, I got some DK sock from her, and this is her clouded colorway. This is her card. And this is her DK sock, and it's clouded, the colorway, because I said I needed something for heels, toes, and, you know, probably cuffs on all that Yarn Cafe Creation yarn I bought. That is DK sock as well. It's DK, I call it DK sock because it's got nylon in it. And I love DK weight yarn with nylon in it. That means it can be socks. And it won't take as long to knit. But, got that. And then I got a skein of Mace of Skeins, who is, I can't remember her name, but she has a podcast called Mace of Skeins. Her name might be Macy. I'm not sure. But this is a DK sock, basically. It's her Spade DK. 245 yards. And it's Monster Mash. It's a Halloween colorway. And she sent me a little sticker that looks like that too. That's her logo. Focus. There you go. And I got it up on my corkboard. But this is going to be socks. And I could use that clouded colorway for this too. That's pretty. I love this. So pretty. And last acquisition I'm going to show you is a club, a pineapple yarn club. It's her Glow October 2020 club, and it was coffee themed. And it came with a candle. And the candle is called Fresh Brew. And the smell, I swear, is just like the peaches one I got. Exactly like the most delicious coffee. It's like a vanilla coffee. But it's got that coffee hint into it. Ugh, so good. I'm going to burn it in here so it kind of covers the yarn smell a little bit, because it reeks of yarn in here sometimes. Not that yarn has a bad smell, but it has a sheepy smell, and sometimes I just want a nice smell. And this is the yarn that came with it. It's on her DK, 100% superwash merino. And it's called Fresh Brew. Ain't that pretty? That's going to be like probably mittens, fingerless mittens, or maybe a hat. I don't know. Y'all know I love making hats. So it's got 246 yards, so that could be a double brim hat, easy. And that's my acquisitions. I got 3 minutes left. I'm not going to make it in 3 minutes, so I'm going to stop this, maybe freshen my coffee, and then restart it, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, next up is the make-alongs that I'm hosting right now. I'm not going to go into detail in 2 of them, but I am going to tell you a little bit about one of them because it has started. And I don't think last time I podcasted it had started, so I need to talk about it a little bit. But I have the blanket along going and the dishcloth along going for Comforting Crafts donations. And if you want more details on those, please go to my Ravelry group and read the details on those. I will say the dishcloth along, if you want to enter that, you have to donate the dishcloths to Comforting Crafts in order to qualify for a prize. But both of those end on December 31st, 2020. But the newest make-along that I'm hosting is the Stocking Stuffers Mal with Lisa of Knit All the Yarn podcast. And any craft is welcome, but no whips are allowed. You have to start fresh since October 1st. And there is going to be, oh, I didn't search this. I don't know her Etsy name, but Boston Gen 1 on Instagram. I guess I could go to Instagram and find out. So you can check out her patterns. Come on, load. Not now. Let's see. Boston Gen 1. And her name, well, sorry, I'm taking so long. Her name is Jennifer Lassonde. I'll put it right here. But look at her patterns. She's donated 5 patterns to the podcast, and those 5 patterns will qualify in the chatter thread. So I'll pick 5 winners, and each winner will have 1 pattern of their choosing from Jennifer on Ravelry. And she's got a lot of nice patterns, so y'all go check her out. But that's to the chatter thread, and through the FO thread I have, let me see if I can pull out the prizes. Yep, right there they are. I've got a knotty knitting sack. With little JJs inside. And that will be accompanied by a set of ginger snap yarn. Both fingering weight, zest fingering. This is moss and sour apple. And these two are the FO prize for 1 FO prize winner. If you would like to donate to the Stocking Stuffers Mal, a physical prize or a pattern, please let me know, and I'd be happy to take those in and show them on the podcast. Let me just put this right here for now. Save y'all the crinkle. But this mal goes through December 31st, 2020, and there will be 5 chatter thread winners and 1 FO prize winner. So y'all knit something that fits into a stocking. Let me tell you the details of the mal, I guess. If it fits into a stocking, something small like fingerless mitts, a hat, socks, an ornament, something small. You could crochet, cross stitch, knit, weave, I don't know, whatever you feel like doing. So, and if it'll fit into a stocking, it doesn't have to necessarily be a gift for someone, but that'd be nice. But if it'll fit into the stocking, it qualifies. If it's don't do anything too big, that's crazy. It's the small knit along, make along, so do something small. But that ends December 31st, so you go over to my Ravelry page, and Lisa's, who is Knit All the Yarn on, I think her, what is her group called on Ravelry? It is called Knit All the Yarn Podcast on Ravelry. So check out both of our groups and enter your finished objects and chatter and have a prize waiting for you if you win. Okay, that's all the make-alongs. So up next is just Life Yak, and it's not much to it because stress is real in this house. It's real. I've been like pulling out my hair and going crazy, but I announced last podcast I was starting college, so I was going to quit sewing masks. I sewed masks for 2 months. Every weekend was sewing. I enjoyed it. It got a little tedious there at the end, but I enjoyed it. But college lasted about 3.5 weeks before I quit. I quit last weekend. I couldn't handle it anymore. It was testing my anxiety, my depression, my bipolar, everything, my ADHD. I am a basket full of crazy. And it was testing everything in that basket. So I just went in there to my husband. I said, I can't do it no more. No more. So I haven't logged in to my school or anything. I need to call and tell them, yo, this ain't working. I'm out. It was just online school, so. And it was only one class. That's how bad it was. It seemed like every single day something was due. How to read, how to do discussion posts, how to respond to discussion posts, how to, oh my god, quizzes and group projects, and it was so much. So for the past 3 months, I've done nothing but stress out on the weekends over cutting fabric, sewing, filling orders on time, stressed out that I'm not doing a good job on sewing, and then college starts, and I was all excited about that. I really was. I thought I was going to be like, yeah, and I was enjoying the content I was reading. I wasn't enjoying the assignments due. I just wanted to read, learn, and discuss at free will and not by demand. But the stress was getting to me, so I had to quit. This was the first weekend I've had peace with myself. I felt at peace with myself this weekend. It was so good. I knit. I had time to knit. I haven't cooked in a while. I might cook today. Who knows? I don't have time to cook during the week much. We usually get those bird's eyes frozen meals in a bag and cook it, and we eat those. Unless it's something extremely easy that I could cook, or order a pizza. But I might cook a meal today. But for the foreseeable future, there is not going to be any more self-improvement. There's not going to be any more drastic life changes. I'm not going to try to go off on some kind of entrepreneur idea and start something new like sewing masks. I'm not doing anything anymore. All I'm going to do is come home, relax, do housework, and knit. Knit. Yes. And do this podcast more than once a month. Yeah. And maybe more Instagram lives, because I really enjoy those. But yeah. It's been a really rough past 3 weeks. And it's been a really rough past 3 months. So I'm finally feeling a little bit at ease. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I might tell him that I've been really stressed out. And I don't know if that has something to do with my medication not working. Or the fact that it's just natural stress. So I don't know. Anyways, happy times now. Happy times. Okay, well, that's all I have for you today. I thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching today. If you would like to leave a comment below, please do so. I love your comments. I might not always respond because sometimes I'm at work and I just forget, but I always like them. I hope your knitting mojo is strong. Have a great day.